What's up, people? My name is Ankit Dhadwal. Welcome to Mountford Studio Show. Do you know how to run a design business successfully? No? I can teach you. Stay tuned because what's coming next can change your entire life. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Mountford Studio podcast. Today we have Saurabh Bhatt on our show. Hello, Saurabh. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me, Ankit.
Thanks for giving me your time. It's been a while that I have been talking to you, and I really wanted to have you on our show. I wanted to personally chat with you, what you do, and I wanted my listeners to get to know you as you're doing a very good initiative. You have started your own radio channel, Radio Hills, and I think it's a very great step. Youngsters, many people will get to know you and what kind of work you are doing. They will also get to know that. So let's start with a brief introduction of yourself, and then I'll put on some questions and see what are the answers that you will be giving, and let's see what our listeners will get with this podcast and the latest episode of Mountford Studio. Let's start.
So first of all, thank you so much, Ankit, for having me. And my name is Saurabh, and I'm running a online radio station named Radio Hills. It is the first online radio station of Himachal Pradesh.
Mm-hmm.
We started it back in 2018, and it's now 2 years since we are working on this app.
Mm-hmm.
And the main purpose for this app was to provide a platform to the youth of Himachal and give them a stage where they can present themselves without any barrier, and everyone has a story to share, and we want to be that platform, or you can say a digital book where they can share their story. So that was the purpose of our launching this app.
Okay. And like you said that this was your purpose of launching this app and your own radio channel. So why Radio Hills, not anything else?
Because I'm from Himachal, and Hills is a very great calling for me, and we wanted to represent Himachal, as the industry of Himachal, specifically for media, is not that developed.
Yes.
And the youth of Himachal are getting very less opportunity as compared to other part of India, which have their own industries or their own media industry, which we don't have. So we try to build a gap between them, or bridge a gap between them, so that we are able to find the raw talent of Himachal, which needs a talent, which needs a stage. So that's why we named it Radio Hills, so that we can connect to the Himachal audience and the people of Himachal.
Yeah, it's similar to like we are Mountford Studio. We belong to the same place, Solin. We are surrounded by the land of gods, beautiful valleys, and blessed with a very good temperature. And I think this is one thing that will always be staying with us.
Yes. And also, when we were deciding about the name of this app, there were many quarrels between the team. That first of all, it was Radio Jungle, then it became Radio Pahari, then Radio Himachal.
Okay.
And after that, it was unanimously decided that Hills is something common in all the names. So then we picked Radio Hills.
Okay, I got that. So how much time do you took for this name? Like when I was starting my own business, originally it was named as Netflix, but later on Netflix came in and it was creating some problem. A huge problem for me. My company was not being searched online, but that's a different story. But it took me 2 weeks to decide the name which will be suitable for me, as I'm from the engineering background. So net was connected to the internet, and flux means charge. Charge also, that at that point I was having that view, the positive and the negative charge. So this was the reason I have kept flux. But after rebranding ourselves, keeping a name, again, all the team members were sitting, and it was really hectic, very brainstorming, challenges, many things were coming down. So the name came suddenly, and we got Mountford's first. And then, as we were knowing what was our specialization, what we do, and we kept the name Studio with that, because we are into animation.
It is such a great name,
branding.
Mountford.
Yeah.
It totally represents the mountain.
Yeah, complete. And like you said, you wanted to connect with your hometown and the mountains. So this was missing in what was there, and all the team members were belonging to the mountain area only. Like I was belonging to the Himachal. My other team members were all was belonging to Dehradun, Uttarakhand. So we were belonging to mountains. So that part was missing in between us. And when we sat down and they said, we need this thing.
Okay.
Mountains should be there. So, okay, I said, yeah, this is a valid point and we should keep this in mind.
It's a great name.
Yeah. And I have now a different perspective. So what I'm doing right now is I have kept Mount as the initial name because I was following big companies, MNCs.
Okay.
Like Tata. What they are doing is Tata is the first initial name, and then Tata Steel, Tata Industry, Tata Salt, Tata Namak, what we is calling, and then you can connect to other company Geo. There's Geo app, Geo News. So Geo is the initial first term which will stay every time. So there are other examples like Virgin Airlines, Virgin Mobile. So similar thing. So I was having that.
That kind of vision.
Yeah, that kind of vision and thinking that I have to do something in which Mount will be the initial name which will stay with me forever. And then whatever businesses I will be starting in the future, name will change. And I have already decided those names.
So basing on that, that means you are running a company which deals with woods?
No, not woods. It's like I'm a nature lover. And nature is directly connected to everywhere, but I wanted something which is connected with me also.
Okay.
So the first name that we got was the Mount Woods Animation Studio.
Okay.
It was too long. Animation Studio, we can understand that we were into animation, but this was a very specific zone. So I don't wanted to keep myself up to what we call as a certain area. I want to define my services as well as what I'm doing. So Mount Woods Studio, I have shortened it, and the tagline that I'm having is connecting with roots.
Connecting with roots.
Yeah, this is the tagline that we have.
Great tagline.
Yeah, it is connecting with me to the clients that I'm dealing with. Whatever services or whatever things I'm providing to them, whatever the value I'm giving to them, that will be directly connected to themselves. Suppose if I'm designing a logo, a logo is directly connected to the founder and the team member. So it is directly connecting with them. So the connecting with roots, I think it's perfect tagline.
Perfect.
Yeah, and it has a meaning. Every company, everything you do has a meaning behind it, and it should have a story.
Yes. Similarly, we have the tagline Hindustan Ka Dil.
Yeah. Okay.
We had it because first of all it was rhyming with hills, so we put a dil in the last. And other thing was that we wanted to connect to youth, so we used Youngistan. And talking about your question, that what time we took to decide this name was around 1 month or 2 months, because we were having many debates regarding the name, and it was the only name that was not questioned, and all the other name apart from this was questioned many times. So we took around 1.5 months to decide this name.
Yeah, I can totally relate to this because all my team members were sitting. It was like Friday or Saturday night, I don't remember. And there was one of my friend who came from Delhi. So I told them that we want to rebrand ourselves, want to change our name and everything. So he was preparing for his government exams. So he said, okay, I will also help. So he started giving satellite names. So I was thinking, what is this? If I'm keeping a satellite name, what will be the story? What will be the things that will represent us? What will
satellite name as in like?
Satellite name as in whatever the satellites that has been launched previously.
Okay.
That.
Aryabhatta.
You can say this, but it was not totally representing us, who we are. So it took a time, but everyone was there. And once we got this name, Mount Woods Animation Studio, and there was some totally positive vibes, energy got changed. I was also feeling happy because this was something which I was having a proper clear vision, which I can totally relate to. and a story which I can tell to my clients and my whomsoever I will be talking to. So this is how we got the name.
Great.
It's a time-taking process, and I think everyone should take time. They should enjoy the process and then think whether it will be perfectly suited to everyone, to you, whether you are connecting or not. I think proper time should be taken.
Agreed.
And then you can visualize everything according to that. Because after getting the name, the tagline, next part comes the logo, and then comes the overall aspects of the branding. What will be the brand identity? So you can visualize that. And every company has a specific colors to it. There's a color theory for every company. If you look at the Surf Excel, they're having the blue and white color. That is totally representing them. If you will look at the Tide bar, it is having orange and blue. You can also in every industry, like Caterpillar, it is in between yellow and orange, mixed with the black. So every company has this color. Like Radio Hills is also having its own color, black and the yellow. I'm having black and white. This is the theme that I'm following, and it will be seen in overall, even the t-shirt that I'm wearing, even the caps that I will be having, even in my website, visiting card, everything. So
it represents your company.
Yeah.
So it's a crucial decision.
Yeah, it's a very crucial decision and very important. So I think Radio Hills is a very good name.
Thank you.
And the
very much.
tagline also, this also is like, tagline also represents Hindustan Ka Dil to the people who are you are targeting. To the young generations, what are the things that you will be teaching them and how you will be connecting them. Yeah, like I'm totally connecting with the MNCs, so with whom I will be dealing, and this will decide what will be the next step. Okay. So what is your, like, you are the founder, but I know you are also doing many things. You're the founder, but what else do you do in Radio Hills?
We do a whole lot of things. Like we are also in video productions, in animations. Recently we did a animated project for district administration of Solan.
Okay, that's huge.
So we like produce many ads for them regarding COVID-19.
Okay.
And to make people aware about that, which was not our ideal choice of work, but with passage of time, the team developed and we got some new talent who were willing to explore this side also. So we kind of exploring many parts. So video production is one of them. Then audio production was always the main focus.
Okay.
And also we are now producing short movies, and we are providing a platform in there as well. Not just the audio platform. Now it's a visual platform. We are like pulling in monies from many investors to new talent. Like if you want to launch a video, or you need money for your video making, or you have a song, or you have a story, if we like that, then we will do all the necessary work, and we will get the investors, we will get the right directions, and we will help that person to build their dream.
Okay, let's suppose I have came to you regarding a project or data. So you were saying this, if you like the story, then only you will work.
Yes.
If you don't like the story, you'll say no.
Yes.
And how do you say no? Lightly or?
No, we don't like go and say no
directly.
Tera nahi ho sakta hai. It's not like that. But we try to help that person as well. That there are some potholes. You can work again on this thing. And if you have a better story, please do come again. So like that, we guide them and give them a ray of hope. We don't let them down. We tend to believe in their dreams. But if the dream is not appropriate or they are not matching our philosophy, we won't be working on that.
Okay. Okay. And this, as in we, was the whole team member. So my specific question is related to you only. What is your main role?
Like I manage everything in Radio Hills.
Yeah, being a founder, I think you have to do it.
Yes.
You can't give this,
Hansi.
you cannot give this responsibility to anyone else. And the expectations that you will be having, they will be some point. This has happened with me, so I can tell what I can do. What I can do, I cannot expect that person will be doing the same thing. This is what I have found right now. I want everything should be perfect. So is this the same case with you?
I don't want things to be perfect, but I want things to be done in a right way.
In a right or the proper way.
Or the philosophy we have for Radio Hills, like providing a platform, or we should be doing the work that inspire people. Like we don't do comedy sketches, or we don't make that kind of stuff which are appealing to masses, but we make that stuff which is needed for masses, which is required by them, or which will help them in any certain way. So if a person in our team says that it is trending and it is not that much appropriated or helping someone, so we won't be working on that, even though it is trending. But we will be working on only those projects which provides a value to people, to masses, to youth of Himachal specifically.
Okay.
So I keep on discussing with the teammates, and I have always been that kind of protected towards the things we are producing here. So it's my duty to make them believe in the ideals I hold for Radio Hills.
Okay, I got that. And like you said, you do many things. Like you will be handling the team also. You will be doing the editing. You will be handling the sales part also, and other things. So what is that main part you enjoy the most? As personal human being,
like my personal sector where I want to work is like writing. I love writing.
Okay.
Whenever I write a story or about a person or about a film or about a documentary, I love that part the most. Writing is my favorite segment. And it is not like that I'm working in every sector of Radio Hills. There are many people involved in this, and they are taking care of that. But whenever they are not following the ideals, I have to remind them that no, it is not not something that Radio Hills should do. So writing, I would be doing most.
Okay. Yeah. And how many team members currently you're having?
Right now we are 14 members.
Okay.
And many of them are youth, and very few who are not youth, but they are kind of youth in their heart, who always guides us. We need that kind of support as well, and that kind of guidance.
Okay. And who is your mentor or teacher in this case? Whom do you follow?
Like when I started Radio Hills, before that I used to follow a sir. His name is Avdesh Negi.
Okay.
He was my mentor in Radio 90.4 FM.
So you're already having the experience of hosting a show before?
Yes. I was
the proper radio channel.
It was a community radio station.
Okay.
Not that big, but a local radio station. I spent 8 months there learning all the required knowledge, and from there I decided to launch Radio Hills.
Okay.
And from there only I built the team. I got the necessary things that were required to launch the radio. So I would say before launching Radio Hills, it was Avdesh sir. Then after launching Radio Hills, it was Paurav sir, and he is still guiding us. And I think the decision I'm making is teaching me a lot more than the people that I've been with.
So it will be, if I will saying this, your journey is your mentor and teacher.
Yeah, rightly put. So I can say journey has taught me a lot, all the failures, all the decision. Because when we started out, there were 25 members.
Okay.
And they all were like founding members. They all were working in different radio stations around the country. And they wanted to be part of this. So when I talked to them about this idea, they all got very excited.
Okay.
Like, great idea, launching a radio station through an app and providing a platform to youth. It would be great. And we, in a few weeks, we were 25 people. And after discussing about the project, about all the trials of launching your own company and all the difficulties and all the economic part which was necessary,
Yeah.
they all backed out. And from 25 we got to a number of 4 people.
Okay.
So the pioneering members were 4,
Okay.
and we decided that no matter what and whatever the cost, be it our time, be it our hard work, we will be launching it.
Okay.
Because at that time our motive was not making money. It was just doing the right thing and providing the platform which was missing from this state. So we thought we will be doing it no matter what.
Okay. And like you can say this, when you were working in the radio station, there might be some moments like that you took the decision that yes, I want to start this. So yes, I can understand what you're saying, because when I started, I know what was the struggle that I've gone through, and my parents' reaction was okay, let's see, but they were like, you should go for the job. So how your parents reacted to this when you told them? Because whenever I do anything, I keep my parents updated. I keep them in my loop that this is what I want to do, and they know if I have thought of something, I will definitely do it. I'm not a stubborn person, but once I have decided something, it will definitely happen. So I'm this kind of person. I'm a very straightforward. I will directly say to you, hey, I don't like this, I like this. I think we should work on this. Whatever is in my heart, it will be there in my tongue also. So I told directly to them that I want to start my own business. After completing my engineering, I have gone for the job also as a software engineer, but after 4 months only I left. That was the corporate politics, you can say. I didn't like that. Also, एक होता है ना कि you have just graduated from college and you have that attitude. But you can say this childishness was also there. So after that, I was what people were telling me, I was going to that. I started with the banking also. So I was saying that no, this is not my sector. I told my parents about that. So what was your parents' reaction when you told them?
Like, my parents are very cool, but on the other hand, they are very sanskari also. So they wanted me to have a secure government job, as
Like
all the
every Indian
parents.
parent wants their child to have a bright future, and I can understand.
And they were very specific that I should go into government sector and apply for some jobs or prepare for exams. And I was like that too also before my masters.
Okay.
Till graduation, I was like, I will be getting a good job, and I cleared 2 exams. One of post office, second was SSC, but I didn't go there. I thought I will be applying for a higher job like HAS, IAS, so that my parents gets happy. But then I realized when I was in Shimla pursuing my masters that it is not a place where my heart belongs. It is only the people who need this. For them, I am doing this, and for them, I want this job, not for myself.
Okay.
And after my post-graduation, my masters, I told them that I won't be pursuing studies furthermore. They at that time were thinking that I would be going for PhD and like applying for professorship and clearing the NET exam. But I left that.
Like when I was in my college, I was telling my friends that I will directly apply to Google, and this was what and I applied to Google also.
Okay.
And I got a revert back at your percentage, and you're not qualified for that.
Okay.
For being accepted to Google. So, because I've read an article, 2 people got selected in Yahoo and Google. I don't know whether it is true or not. Google people will only confirm. And I don't want internet to get mad over me. So this is what I've read in an article. Like, they were just creative person. what they have done is they have took their resume, done a very colorful thing, send it to Yahoo, and they got selected.
Okay.
So I thought if they can get selected, why cannot I? So this was the mentality that I was having, and I'm not a very bright student, nor an very loser. Not loser. I would say this. Not below average.
Somewhere in between.
Somewhere in between. Yeah, like I have read your post on Instagram also. You have written something related to this. When I was in my college, I was not a very bright student, but not the below. I'm perfectly average. So I can say this to myself also. But I have been struggling to keep improving myself. And what I was in college and what I'm now, it's kind of a better version. And what I will be in the next 5 years, it will be a totally different version of me.
It's a never-ending process.
Yeah, it's a never-ending process.
On
and
evolving.
we keep on learning through a journey. And so after leaving the job and everything, I prepared for the banking, but didn't get selected. So I got an opportunity to work on a website. They were finding someone who can build a website, and the first very client that I got was the Kudo Association, Jasser, who is running the oldest Kudo Association of Himachal. So it was a very good opportunity for me also to show what I have done and what I can do. So whatever you were saying, I can directly relate to myself. And it's like when I'm conversing with you, I'm going back right now.
Okay.
What I have done. Yeah. So
somehow we all are connected, and the journey is the same. But what we take out of it depends on our nazariya, what we see from that journey. So it's beautiful that we know each other, but we are not that aware of that fact that we all are having same journey, same failures, and same success maybe.
And one more question that I'm having: when you started, how much money you were having, and you invested in Radio Hills?
Like when we started this, and when I had this idea, I didn't know the cost we were supposed to have for this. I was very naive in business or launching all these things. I was just a dumb kid who wanted to do something, but he's not aware about all the do's and don'ts of that industry. I had just the dream that I will be doing this only, and after realizing, then we realized, oh, it will cost such and such. We need a studio, we need app, we need people, we need many things, we need shows, we need equipments. And at that time, we had nothing. I was working in 90.4 FM and I was there for 8 months. I didn't have that much of saving at that time, neither my partners. So we kind of lost, and we were not aware what to do, because ठीक है सोच लिया है करना है, but कैसे करना है we don't know. But there was a zeal that no matter what, we will be doing it. And that zeal took us forward. And after that, we made a plan, we decided the budget, we approached many companies, we approached the necessary people who will be helping us in realizing our dream. And then I had some kind of money with me, very less, and we four somehow pulled in our savings, and with all the jugaads, we somehow launched it. So around 5 lakhs were needed at that time to launch all of this, to have all the equipments and a separate studio. And with that, we launched it. It was difficult at that time because
you started with 5 lakhs.
We started with 5 lakhs.
Okay. That's huge. I started with 2,500.
2,500.
At that time, I was alone. But during my childhood, as my mom side is totally from the business background, and my father is all from the government sector. So from my childhood, I don't know, but there was something that I wanted to start my business, and I said, "Mummy, there will be one day that I will be running my own business." And she believed in me. Okay. During my school time, I have sold stones also, colored them, and sold to my friends. I kept 2 rupees. So I was knowing how to collect the money. But when I started, I told about the idea to my senior in my college. He said he was working. I told my brother also, but he said okay. But he didn't help me at that time. He was guiding me properly. You can do this, you can do this. I was having knowledge all blogging also, how much it will cost for the hosting and everything. So I told him this is what I want to start. I want to start my own IT company at that time. Now the vision has been changed to completely different, and we are more focused to branding. At that time, I was doing my engineering, so I thought opening my IT company will be the best solution for me, which I can see my future in. So I started with 2500. I asked my senior, I called him, भैया कि मुझे पैसे चाहिए, मुझे ऐसे बिजनेस स्टार्ट करना है. उन्होंने बोला कि how much do you need? I said 2500. बोलते okay. Within 2 minutes उन्होंने send किया, and then I was good to go. I contacted my sir, Manish sir. He's kind of mentor for me. He's a mentor for me. But I have been following other people also. I just ran to him. I said, I have the money. Let's start. I built a website for myself. And also I got the 20,000 from the website that I built. So I thought, I'm good to go. Now, jo hoga, dekha jayega. This was what I started with.
So at that time, like, you have Manish sir and the people around you who helped you, and likewise for me also, the people who were around me, they had that kind of skills which I didn't have. So they helped me in building that. Like, one of the teammate was good at marketing, some was good at purchasing or cost managing. So we had that kind of skills which were complementing to each other. And from the first day only, I was kind of visionary. I would tell them that, like, I'm seeing this like a prophecy or something. I was having these kinds of dreams, and these people were helping me to build that dreams. They believed in my idea. They said, let's do it. But these 4 were not a regular member also, because after 6 months, 2 of them left.
Okay.
Because it was very difficult for us to run the radio station and make all the shows. And at that time, I was also doing a part-time job as a teacher.
Okay.
And I was not doing any shows because there were many RJs and many people who were coming in the radio station and they wanted to do shows. So I was kind of having that relaxment, and I was approaching to people and saving money to run this or build a new concept around this. But at that time, we were having shortage of money. So they decided that we cannot go further from here. And it was the time we thought of closing Radio Hills.
Okay.
And it was 6 months. There were many listeners, many people who were connected with us. And there was an instance when I was going to market, buying a newspaper, and that salesman thanked me. He thanked me for launching Radio Hills.
Okay.
And I said, why? What happened? So he told me that one of his child is into music, and his songs are playing in Radio Hills.
Okay.
And he's getting that spirit that I can do wonders in this field, and his dream is being realized that his songs are now playing on radio. So he thanked me for that. And at that time we realized, even though we were 2 members and we were not having that kind of budget, but we were fulfilling the dreams of other people. And we also realized that now it's not only our dream, it's the dream of many others. And we are working for all the people who are believing in us. So let's move forward. And from there on, I took more jobs, and I started doing a show also and managing Radio Hills on my own. So it was difficult, but when emotions get attached to a certain thing, its value increase. And for us, the dreams of other people were very important than ours.
Okay.
So we continued from there on.
So I can say this: you have totally fulfilled one of the major pinpoint, or you have reached at a point where you can say that you have been established, and now direct people know you. You have completed one mission of yours.
I won't say ki people know me, but they know Radio Hills. And I want that only. I don't want people to know me. I want people to know Radio Hills, because even when I'm gone from this world, I want Radio Hills to stay here. And people should know it for ages to come. I don't want it to die with me. I want to make Radio Hills a brand, a place, a platform which will be remembered by generations.
Like Steve Jobs.
Like
Still
Steve
being
Jobs,
remembered for
like Walt Disney, like Raj Kapoor Sahab. I want that kind of legacy from Radio Hills. Not for myself, but for radio.
Okay. Yeah. I think, yeah, I can totally relate to this. I think there's some kind of thing in the person who has started this, who has a vision. They don't want things for themselves. They should be a company for which the company's name being known after that visionary has died. So I can totally relate to this. Yeah.
And also, when we started this radio, I was in talk with many people, and they wanted to join Radio Hills. So I told them, once you join Radio Hills, you won't be getting that platform, because then you will be holding that platform, and people will be stepping on that platform. So it's not like if you are in Radio Hills and you are part of the team, then you are on the stage. You are below the stage, and you are the stage yourself. So you should be the base of Radio Hills, holding the Radio Hills, become the pillar of Radio Hills. And I always remind to my team members that this should be the philosophy that should be followed no matter what. That you are the person, or you are the the pillars of Radio Hills who are making a stage and not using it. You are providing the stage. So that was our vision, and it still has. But with the passage of time, it has become a stage for ourselves also, like doing shows, meeting to people. So kind of Radio is providing a stage to us also. We didn't want that, but it happened somehow. So we are very proud of what we have created.
Okay. And it's been a while that you are running Radio Hills. Do you still get comments that you should have chosen job over starting Radio Hills?
Yes, I still have. I like. Last week I was getting this message from a listener on my show that you should apply for different radio shows or radio station. You have a great voice. You can do wonders there. But I didn't reply to them. But it was kind of funny for me, because I'm competing against those radio stations who are well settled and who have the backup behind them, and people want me to join that, which I won't. But still I'm getting those kind of messages, not just from my parents, but from now listeners also, that you should join other radio station. You will get a better audience.
Yeah.
You will have a more reach there. But that's what I'm competing for.
Yeah.
I want to.
Reason why I've asked you this, because I was watching an interview with it was an old interview of the OYO founder.
Okay.
And he was saying that he's been known worldwide now. All the branches in the
he's the youngest billionaire.
Yeah, youngest billionaire. And he was saying that my mom still says me बेटा जॉब कर ले, इसमें कुछ नहीं रखा. So yeah.
My father also every morning says this. Go get a life, go get a job.
What are you doing? But still we are holding us. It will work. Okay. And there's one little tip that I will like to give you. Never compete with others. Like you said right now, I have been competing with other big channels. They are doing their work and you just do your own work. If you want to move ahead in life, okay, just compete with yourself. Become a better version. Like what Saurabh Bhatt is right now. After our conversation or after 1 week, you will be a different person. Okay, so just try to improve yourself. Things will automatically get changed.
Like as not competing in that
I
sense,
can relate to
but
this,
the question was like that.
Yeah.
Ki you should join other radio station. But somehow it will be compared to all the other radio station because we get lots of comment and lots of messages that kind of radio station is having that kind of show. Why not Radio Hills have that show or that kind of RJ or they have that initiative? Why are not you taking that initiative? So it's not us who thinks that we are competing against the big radio station, but the people who believes in us and who listens to us want us to be at that level.
At that level.
Even though we have just started and we are some kids who didn't know the ABCD of this industry and doing this. So it's kind of good that they think we are in any comparison to such big radio stations. So we, from the day one, it was not about competing. It was only about providing the platform. But there will be comparison because when you are in a field or you are providing a service, people will compare. People who believe in you, they want you to improve, and they want you to improve in such a way that you become the number one. But somehow what you said is also right. Your only competition is your past.
Yes.
You should be a better person by next day, which we apply that radio should grow day by day. And I, as a person, also trying to do this, increasing my level of knowledge, learning new things every day, joining courses of even voice modulation or many other which I require for this service sector. So I'm learning that and I'm trying to improve improve day by day.
Okay. And what motivates you to keep going? Like you said before, when you were reading the newspaper, he came in, the newspaper seller, he came in and said his child wants to pursue his dream and make his career in this sector. So this is the one reason. But what is your juice, what I can say?
Like if I say personally, then it would be something I always wanted to do. From very young age, I wanted to tell stories, make people happy, and make them aware about who I am and what do I do. And I wanted to share my story and my words. So it is the driving force that I will be telling my stories to a great number of people, and I want to make this story an everlasting story that people can really take something out of it. That if he can do it, we are better somehow.
Yeah.
So that was my driving force. That my story. I believed in my story. I believed in my words, and I believed in my talent. So every day I teach to myself that your story is getting bigger, and it needs to be told. So somehow radio is kind of the story I'm telling. So my story is helping a lot, and it is my driving force.
Okay. And there was any decisive moment which changed you completely?
First was this, when I encountered that newspaper seller. It changed my life. And second was when there were new interns and they were learning from here. And after just 3 months, they got placed in different media lines, and they thanked me for that. And even the people who hired them thanked me for such guidance to them, or the people I have raised. So that was kind of a motivation for me, that it is not just the stage now. It is kind of a process which develops people and helping them out. So it was the second instance that moved me, that touched me, that now I'm going beyond a stage where I can make people who are appreciated by others also. And they are now representing me, and people are thanking me for doing nothing. Like, I just taught them what I knew, and I worked with them, and I made sure that they become the best, and that was repaid, and they got hired. And also they are like aware of the fact that they have been taught well. So it motivated me a lot.
Like, you are doing so many things. You're guiding people. At that time, you were having very less resources. But now your experiences, what mistakes you have committed, you are passing that to the youngsters. Also, you are in the creative field. So what are the challenges that you are facing right now? Being a creative person, what are the challenges?
Sometimes I feel that I'm doing too many things. Like, I'm into audio editing, video editing, then directing, then writing, then managing, then handling social media, then teaching the new kids. So sometimes I feel that if I focus only in one sector or one segment, I will be doing much better. And this kind of feelings came to me every now and then, that, Saurabh, what are you doing? Kya ho raha hai bhai? You need to give your 100% to only one thing. Then only you can go towards perfection. But I don't have that kind of people around me right now who can manage other things very well. I'm making them learn the things and getting them ready so that they can take my place in other sector, and I can focus only on one thing. That is my aim right now. And this is the difficulty I kind of face every now and then, when I have so many things to do at single day or single-handedly. I am trying to do. Yeah.
At the same time.
Yes. Sometimes it's fun, but I have 10 work, then I'll be giving 10% to every work, and my whole day will be divided in that work only. But if I have only one work, I will be giving my best in that work, and it will be compared to none then. But if I am doing 10 work and dividing my day in those work, then it will be compared to the work I could have done. That it could be better. It have certain things which you were missing. So I think it is better. It is way better to focus on one thing than to just divide your work and attention in so many things. So this is a kind of challenge I face every now and then.
Yeah. It's I always say this, it's better to specialize than to generalize.
Yes. Correctly said.
Yeah, like we were having too many services. I cut down each and every services, sat down, and then thought, what is the best thing that I am doing and my company can do. After doing the research, many things, talking to the team members, uh, talking to elders also, and I realized that do one thing in which no one can beat you. That is specialization. Like if you are having a headache, you will go to the doctor who is specialized in treating your brain. You will not go to any other person who is specialized in heart. So one person, one specialization through which people can know you, and I think you will definitely achieve a goal.
Yes,
Yes.
I feel the same.
Yeah.
Give your 100% in one thing than to waste your time in so many things.
Yeah. And is it challenging and enjoyable at the same time, running and managing Radio Hills?
It's very challenging. Every day it's a new challenge. But I always wanted this kind of life. Seeing all the movies, all the inspiring movies, how they were facing so many challenges, yet they were enjoying themselves. And I am kind of feeling the same. I kind of feel that I am in that movie, having so much of challenges, yet feeling excited about it. Only difference is that there is no background music. Apart from that, I'm very excited for what I do, and the challenges I face makes me even stronger. Because if I don't have that challenges, I won't be evolving.
Okay.
And these challenges are helping me in every way possible.
Yeah, I have asked you this question because you do videos of yourself recording each activity for a particular time. You have left in between and then started again. And after that comes the Radio Hills, where you are managing shows, people, interns, and so many things. So it's very challenging. And how do you manage everything?
Like I plan for my day, not just day, I plan for my week.
Okay.
Like every Sunday I plan for my week. What are the main things I will be doing on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then accordingly I divide my time. That this work need that much of time, and then I work on it. So if you have the right kind of planning, you can do anything. When I started Radio Hills, we were very specific that I will be taking care of only the creative part. I will be guiding the people how to do work and what I'm seeing right now, what is my vision. Only that. Marketing was to another person, social media to another person, and talking to clients and getting the work to other person. So we were like very free in that at that time. But after they left, and I had to take all the other sectors and work on them simultaneously, then I realized how underconfident I was at that time, that I'm nothing without them. Because when they left, I was able to expand my potential, expand my expertise, and I was able to explore myself. So I would say, even though I said it is better to focus on single thing, but when you don't have the right kind of help or the people or the sources, it is better to expand. Because in that way you will be pushing your limits. You will be going to your real potential, and what you have in you, you don't even realize yourself. The potential you have in yourself is much beyond what you think of yourself, because your thinking is somehow influenced by the people around you or the situation you have faced. But I believe that we are part of universe, and the universe is inside us. So universe is boundless. It has no limits. Similarly, you also have no limits. And once you realize that and you keep on pushing, then if you have less number of work, you will feel that kind of anxiety that I am not capable enough. You want more and more. And with passage of time, you get better in things. Like if a show releases today and we are working on it right now, and we are taking 3 hours to make that show. But after 1 week, we will only be requiring 1 hour, because we have got that expertise and we are used to that work now. So we should not stay at there that now we can manage at 1 hour, so let it be. Rather use that extra 2 hours in other things and expand your potential even more. Start a new show, maybe, or do any other things. So I think people sometimes thinks that if they are having so many work, they don't have the time. But with passage of time and the work you put in, you will get the time. If you practice hard enough on that talent or that work, you will get the time. Like the example of the show. First week you will be doing it in 3 hours. In next week you will be doing it in 1 hour. And now you have extra 2 hours. Use in any other things. And similarly, it happens in every other field also. When you are starting it, it is different. When you pursue it and you get the knowledge, you are way faster, and you will be doing it more proficiently and more better than you were doing it before. So what I feel is, just keep on doing, just keep on practicing, you will get the time. And that what has happened to me as well. I was keep on doing, I was giving my best in the things that I chose, and I was expanding myself. And that's how I was able to do. And I am still doing many things at the same time. I'm collabing with other people as well. I'm writing for someone else. I'm doing a show for other radio also, doing a show for my radio also, managing the radio programs of all the other RJs, and helping other RJs to reach their potential, helping new interns, not of just Himachal now, but also of other radio stations. They are asking me to give lectures to them or come in contact with them and help them to increase their level. They ask me how I am able to do this and how I'm getting the time. And the simple example is that keep on doing. You will get the expertise, but just don't leave it. Don't think कि एक हफ्ते के बाद यार मुझसे नहीं हो रहा.
Like the chalta hai attitude.
Yes, don't do that. Push yourself. Even if you don't want to do it, push yourself. Because when I started handling all the other segments, I used to sleep only 3 hours.
Okay.
Because it was very difficult to run a radio station for 24 hours and then to do a show and then to manage a 3-hour jobs and then to manage the interns and teaching them was very difficult. I thought to myself, I won't be able to do it. But I somehow pushed myself that if not you, then who? Who will be coming here to realize your dream? So I kept on pushing myself and I was able to do everything. So at times you will get that feeling that it is enough, but it is the right time when you need to push yourself and अपने साथ जबरदस्ती करनी पड़ेगी. So do that. You will be expanding yourself.
I get this feeling when it's very hard to manage your personal life, like personal life in the sense family and the work life. Both are two different sectors, two different fields, and you have to manage them. You have to keep satisfied, happy to everyone. So it's very difficult. And how do you manage both the things, like the family life as the work life?
Like I have invested so much in my work that I now require very less time to do many things. That I am now able to get the time for my family as well. Like I talk to my parents very with like ample amount of time. They don't feel that I am not there or I am not helping them. Even I have started because of this lockdown to help them in household work as well. And by pushing yourself, you get that time. And sometimes it is difficult when you have certain projects, but at that time they need to understand that at this time the work needs me more, and sometimes work needs to understand that my family needs me more. So it's kind of like a very seesaw kind of thing. You have to have that perfect balance. Then only it will be on that level where it seems to be equal. But every now and then one or the other side gets the upper hand. But at that time, someone will be there who will be helping you out. When it is about the work, my family supports me. When it's about the family, the work supports me.
And how do you see yourself as life without Radio Hills?
Probably very bored
Okay.
and not happy with life. And the adventures I had by launching this app won't have been possible in any other job, because the amount of people I have met, the kind of experience I have gained would not be there in any other job or in any other field. Or life without Radio Hills would be an empty life for me.
Okay. And what kind of person you have become? Like when you were in college, what kind of person you were at that time, and in the current 2020 right now?
It's a huge difference. As you have said earlier, we grow every day. And I think I have grown, and there's much more I need to learn. But from that point to this point, I have learned a lot, and the personality has also evolved. At that time, I was not knowing who I was as a person. I was just developing myself. I was in a learning phase. I was finding myself. I was going to my callings. So at that time, I was very naive. I was very childish. And the person I'm right now thinks very practically. He knows how to maintain that child. He knows what he wants, and he knows how to get things done. And at that time, when I was in college, I only had the vision, nothing else. I didn't had the ways, I didn't had the skills. But now it has changed. I don't say I'm perfect, but I will say that I have learned a lot. If I am compared to that self.
Like you were naughty in college, and now you have become more of a calm person.
I have become very calm.
Okay.
I have become very calm. At that time, I was very, like, I can't even express that person. He was very instinctive. He took decision on his instinct. Whatever comes to his mind, he would do that. Or he didn't have any rationale behind his any decision. Now I try to find the rationale. I try to find the practical aspect of the work, or practical aspect of the decision, which I was not having at that time. So I think, but it happens with everyone, because with time you gain the knowledge, you gain the experience, then you become that kind of person. So it is a journey which is common to all. From a monkey you become a chimpanzee. So I'm in chimpanzee phase. I'm trying to evolve as a person now.
Okay. And how do you see yourself as the rising talent from Himachal?
I don't have that kind of thinking about me, rising talent of Himachal. Even though we got an award for Icons of North India.
Okay.
Like in 2019, we got that award. But we don't find ourselves as icons, because we do many things which a silly dumb youth should do.
Okay.
But somehow we kind of manage things around them. So I don't see myself as rising star of Himachal, but I see Radio Hills as the rising stage of Himachal.
Okay. And where do you see Radio Hills in the next 5 years?
In next 5 years, I have planned like for 10 years for Radio Hills, and we see ourselves as the base of Himachal, as the media industry of Himachal, where you don't just have the sector of radio. It will be broadened, and we will be involving in other aspect as well. Like right now we just produce movies, we produce music videos, and at that time we want it to be a label. We want it to be a video production house, we want it to be a film production house. So we have planned for that long.
Okay.
And it is our vision for that, and even we are planning to launch a media school also. So we are planning for that as well.
Okay. Like it will be a school or an academy where you will be teaching everything.
Yes.
And I think that will be first school of Himachal.
Like there are colleges who have mass communication as subjects, and even 90.4 FM has a media school, but they are not having that kind of expertise and that kind of exposure to their students.
Like more you will be concentrating on the practical part or the theory part?
We will be focusing on the practical part. Like we will be giving them first hand knowledge by making them doing it, because that's how we have learned and that's how we want our students to learn. So we will be focusing on that aspect, that they get the practical knowledge. And they learn it by doing, not by learning or by reading. They learn by doing.
Okay.
And this is the best way of like learning, by doing only.
Okay.
When I started, there was no one to teach me the aspects of radio. I have learned most of the thing by doing it only, because there are certain RJs which I know, which have mentors, but I don't have that kind of RJ mentor who have helped me to speak like this or use words like this or be articulate like that. I have learned it by making my own mistakes and by doing the wrong thing first and realizing, oh, it could be better. And that's how I have learned, and that's how I want people who come here learn, by this method only.
Okay. And how was your first reaction when you recorded your first session? Like, and how do you say it now?
Like the first show I did was in 90.4 FM. It was Dil Ki Baatein.
Okay.
And it was a show about my poetry and the stories around it. How I wrote that poem and what's the message behind that poem. I did only one episode of that show because I realized I'm not ready yet. Then I did the second show. I researched on that, and it was about giving a platform to the new talent of Himachal. So I was inviting people from different sectors, especially the youth, and giving them the stage and asking them the questions and having them talk about their dreams and talk about their heart, even though they were not famous or they were not having that kind of audience. But after coming to the show, they felt very relaxed, very accomplished, and that kind of feeling was missing from their life. And providing them that feeling helped me to like have that foundation for Radio Hills. And that show was doing good, but whenever I listen to that show, I always talk to myself, what were you doing, bro? And even this show Raat Abhi Baki hai, it is now it will be completing soon 500 episodes.
Okay.
But whenever I listen to my first show, I sound very pathetic, like a wannabe RJ who is trying very hard on,
desperate to get things.
Yeah, very desperate to make a good show, very desperate to connect to people, but that easiness of saying is missing. The things he was saying was very irrelevant, and I can say that first show, and compared to the show
500 episodes, it's huge.
Yes, like
It's huge.
1 year and 7 months in making. Like even in the even I'm doing the same show for another radio station. It's a Maharashtrian radio,
Okay.
and there also I have completed more than 100 shows, 100 episodes. So I'm getting that kind of practice, because first, for making 2 hours of show, I used to require 3 hours or 4 hours. Now for a 2 hour show, I require hardly half an hour, because I have that kind of practice now. And now I can improve. The new segments or the things I want to talk can be varied from A to Z. It could be anything, and I can talk whatever I want, but in a way that it stays with the show. But when I started, it was only a wannabe RJ who didn't know where to go.
I think you are doing great.
Thank you so much.
And it's an achievement whether you are completing 100 shows for Maharashtrian, which is a totally different state, and the taste they are having is totally different.
Yes.
So the kind of exposure you are getting is on another level. And now the 500 episodes you will be completing, and it took 7 months, 1 year, 7 months. So this shows your consistency, that whatever you are doing, you should be consistent in that.
And also there are many funny stories behind completing these 500 episodes. I was doing a job, and it required at that job that we will be sent to Delhi for our training every 3 months. So I was confused how I would be managing the show and the training. So I used to record there also. I would take my laptop there, record it on phone, edit on the laptop whenever I get the time. And even one of the show I did while I was on a train.
Okay, how do you manage sound and everything? Because train is not a suitable platform for recording.
I was in a running train.
It's like a chai wala will
And
be coming, chai.
too in a general dabba. People were around there. There were many children who were crying. So I explained it in show that today I am doing a show from a train, and people loved it.
Okay.
Then many message would come that you should do a show while roaming in Mall Road, while going to a library, while in a bus. Then I explained that was a majburi, but they kind of loved it.
So you got inspired from that to recording your daily vlogs.
Yes, no. I was doing daily vlogs from I was in first year of my masters. From there I have started vlogging.
Okay.
I was not posting them. I still have those vlogs, but I would love to film myself and see the stories around me, and talking to people over camera. So it all happened when I back in 2016 I watched the first video of Casey Neistat.
Okay.
Do What You Cannot. And it inspired me, that I was holding so much. And from there on I started doing short videos about travel or my day as a whole. So it was Casey Neistat that inspired me to make vlogs.
Okay. So explore as much as you can.
Yes.
And you never know
what might happen.
Like I always say this, what's next? It's also written in my Facebook bio.
What's next?
Because you never know what will happen next. And you always achieve something and then move on. And you always say this, what's next? What should I do now? Or I ask this question, and many people ask this, what is your 5 years plan? So what's next is the perfect word for this.
And we should ask it to ourselves every day. What's next? Because if you are stuck in a single point, in the terms of commerce, it will be depreciating. You are losing time as well. You are losing yourself also, because if you are on the same point, the values decreases. But if you keep on running, if you keep on moving, the value increases, and even your experience increase, and that adds up to a lot.
I'm still a person who fears from the camera.
Okay.
So I haven't started anything like this. We do video production for our clients if they want to shoot a corporate video, animated video. I will be the person who will be staying behind the camera.
Okay, guiding people.
Going ahead this. But the reason for the podcast was to connect people. I want designing community to gather together and things that I haven't explored yet. I want to explore them. So
Great.
currently, if I'm doing a podcast, in future, definitely videos will be also coming.
Great. All the best for that.
Yeah.
And also for me also, I was kind of an introvert, and I am still an introvert. Kind
I
of.
don't think so, because I have seen your Instagram account. You were doing activity where the Solon crowd and the Mall Road was there, and you were the only person who was speaking. So how can an introvert do this?
Because whenever I am with like people, or I am holding a mic, a new self of me comes out, and it's like I'm hiding behind that self. Before any show or before any public interaction, my heart's like beats like 1,000 per minute, and the anxiety that I have is on next level. But from the day one, I've thought of going into this line and doing my best. I have realized that it is only your fear that makes you stronger. So every day I try to face my fear. So going on stage, talking to people is my fear, and I have that fear for only 10 minutes, and after that I am lost in the trance.
Okay.
Like the show we had on Shulni University, there were many youngsters, and before the show I was like, मैं नहीं कर पाऊंगा, मुझसे नहीं हो पाएगा, and the team was counting on me. If you are saying like this, then how we can do? And they all refused to host at that day. I wanted them to host, but I somehow managed. And after facing that fear, after 10 minutes, I was killing it. But the starting 10 minutes are very crucial, and at that time it is your decision that will decide where the things will go and how you will go on your life. So that decision to face your fear, I think, is the key, where an introvert can overcome anything.
Okay. And do you prepare yourself before going to the stage or any show?
I used to. I used to before, when we started out, but
now it's natural.
But as I've said, that when you have that kind of practice, you don't need to prepare anymore.
Okay.
Then you just go with the flow, and you know what kind of things have to be said and what will happen. You can predict that easily. So I used to prepare, but after certain times and after having that kind of practice, it comes naturally now. And even I realized when we have that show that you are talking about, where I was talking to the crowd of the Solon, and they were behind me. They were repeating everything that I was saying, and they were so into that that they were so happy. But we didn't even prepare for that show for 5 minutes. Like the day before that, we the whole team went for a party, for a night out, and we were, I don't want to say the conditions we were in, but but we acted dumb at that night. And who does that? You have a show next day, complete the show, and then go for a party. But before the show, we went for a party, and then we came for the show, and it was chaotic. The team, they came back and they slept.
Okay.
Because we were up for all night, and we had the show at 6 p.m. on the Mall Road, and there were many performances. The sound system needed to be checked. All the participants have to be contacted, and people were expecting us to have a blast, because the shows we had before that were amazing. They were like the best shows they have seen, the Solon crowd.
Okay.
It was about rap and also about music. We have done that. Even we have hosted the first flash mob of Solon also. And they were huge and they were amazing. So they were expecting a lot also at this time. So at 26 April 2020, we were not prepared. All the team was sound asleep. And there were no one to take care of it. And at that time, I also wanted to sleep. I had only 1 hour of sleep at that time, but I pushed myself that this is the time I have to face the fear and go to that show. And even all the participants were late, and at that time I had to come up with new activities so that crowd is not lost, and they might get feel that the show is going well. And after the show, I realized that there are many things which we can pull off by just believing in yourself. Even if you are thinking that you are not ready for that thing, but you have that belief and faith in yourself, in your talent, in your ability, then you won't be giving it a second thought. You will just say to yourself, damn man, I have to give my 1000% no matter what. And at that evening I did that, and it became the best show we ever did.
Okay.
Even though the participants were late, but still I was interacting with crowd. I was making them play games, and they were having a blast. And this was the first show when the people after the show was taking selfies with me. And it was kind of an achievement because it didn't happen with me before that show or any other show, but it was the first show when that happened. And it was only because the faith I had in myself, and I was having a panic attack before the show, that where are the teams, where are the participants, who will manage it. But having that faith had helped me a lot.
And don't you think being a creative person helped you in this case?
Yes, it helped me a lot because I was aware about the things we had, or how to interact with people. I every now and then study human psychology and what they need at what time, so that I am able to connect them in a better way.
Okay.
So I was ready for that, and the knowledge I had gained earlier helped me on that day. And I realized that the creativity should be there because it can manipulate any situation, no matter what. Even if you see a dead end, if you have the creativity, you might take a U-turn and make another way.
Okay. That's a very nice saying, and I will definitely keep this with me, because like I always remember two things. When I started my business, I was after living in for a while in Solon. I got shifted to Pune for job. I got a job, but that also I left after 4 months. So both the jobs 4 months only. But when I was always having this thing, I want to start my own business, no matter what it takes. I will continue on this journey. I was very clear, and in Pune, I was living in Magapatta with my brother. So there was a chai wala, a proper shop. A Magapatta chai wala is like huge thing. They're running a very good business, and they told me one thing: your work will teach you everything.
Yes.
Don't worry about anything else. Just keep going. They said I told him that I'm into designing. I would do websites. I am approaching clients also. So that they said, don't worry about anything else. Just keep going. Your work will teach everything.
Yes.
And another line is from my client. She's running a very successful delivery kitchen in Pune. Her name is Alia Nadda. Rogan Das is the delivery kitchen's name, and she's a very good friend, a client for me. So I always respect her. And we were having a conversation, and she said it's good that being busy is a blessing. Don't sit idle.
Yes.
Keep on doing anything. Don't sit idle. It will keep your thoughts moving here and there, and you will not reach at a single point. So this is the second line I always remember: being busy is a blessing.
Yes.
Yeah. So, as you are also growing, you have grown so much. What is one message that you would like to give to young generation of Himachal?
Like, just believe in yourself, believe in your dream, and just do it. Don't think twice, thrice, because the more you think, the more reason you will get to not do it. So just keep on doing and believe in your dreams, because if I am able to pursue my dream, anyone can. Because I'm not that kind of a student, or I was that kind of a person who will go out of his way to do such kind of thing. So I think it is better to just do it and don't think much, because people around the world, people who are roaming, people who you see in your daily life has an idea. Everyone has an amazing idea, but people who do it comes as an extraordinary. But people who don't do it just become the part of the crowd. So just do it. Don't think any further. Just believe in yourself and do it.
And I also I'm also from Himachal. We belong to the same place. And what I have noticed is that there's a mindset that I'm not getting a proper resources, a proper platform. So I think we have to build that platform ourselves if we want to do something. If we want to do this, just go for it. The resources will come automatically. Your work will be your best teacher. You will get the guidance. You will meet the proper people, no matter which field you want to pursue, no matter what you want to do. You will get the right person, the right guidance automatically. Universe will definitely help you in this.
Yes, definitely. I believe in the same. Because I started out with zero experience and zero guidance. But I started out, and somehow I got connected to the people that had the required knowledge, and that helped me to build this. I didn't have the stage, I didn't have the platform, I didn't have the resources, I didn't have the right kind of skills, but I had the vision and I had the will to do it, and I was able to do it. So you need to have faith, will, and just do it.
Okay. And so, is there any questions that you want to ask? Is there any questions that you have for me that you want to ask, or anything?
Like, if you would like to give one word to your journey, what would it be?
Discovery, I would say.
Discovery. Great answer.
Discovery, as in, whatever the questions I have asked you, it's totally relatable to me. Like what I was in college, I was like more of a stylish person. This kind of hairstyle will look at me. Not in the, I was okay with the studies, not below average. I was getting good percentage, but and doing engineering was my own decision. In 10th only, I decided I want to become an engineer no matter what.
Okay.
So I got admission in medical plus 1 plus 2. But
I was also a medical student.
Okay. But when I got the bad marks, I said, this is not my field. I wanted to do engineering. I left the medical seat, cleared my PAT exam, and then I didn't like the college, and then left. Okay. And then got admission in lovely professional university. And that was very good experience. I would say the best 3 years of my life was in lovely professional university. Many people say different things about the university, but for me, it was very
your
good
best time
because
it taught you a lot.
it taught me a lot. It's like a city in itself. Okay, there are people with who are belonging to different fields, different states, even the countries. I have some friends. I made few friends from Nigeria, and I have friends who are still with me from Northeast. I have friends who are from the South. So it was a complete exposure for me, different exposure for me. Like a small child is getting a huge thing. So that was like a different thing for me.
Great.
And
Awesome.
after I made very good friends who are still with me. It's like I completed in 2012 my diploma, and it's 2020. So
Mhm.
2009 to 2012. Yeah, it's a very good gap. Yeah. And after completing my graduation, I I was not getting a proper job after completing my engineering. I wanted if I did my engineering, I should get an exposure as a software engineer. So I did that also, but didn't work.
Mm.
So if things are not working, that is not an end.
Mhm.
It's the new beginning. That is what I can say.
I totally agree with you.
And now the clients with I'm working, and they are also huge. The minimum turnover, the minimum one of my client is having a turnover is of 30 crores, and other than that 100 crores. Everyone is like this,
Mhm.
and I want to explore more. Even the startups that I'm working with, when they have started, they were earning within a year 50 lakhs. It's a very good thing.
Mhm.
And I said, I never compete with anyone else. People came to me and they'd say, Ki, that company is charging this much. So I directly tell them,
Hmm.
it's their criteria, it's their uh, pricing model. I don't know what they are doing, but this is what I am charging, and this is what I will be providing. So it's very clear, straightforward. I don't want their time to be wasted, even mine.
Hmm.
Just be straightforward. This is what I'm doing. This is how it will be going. This is the process. We follow a certain process in which strategy, discovery sessions will be there, and proper research will be there. What will be the user's perspective?
Mhm.
Even if I have developed my own website, I will be using it, but at the end, with a website is for whom?
Hmm.
To
For the
see my
client only.
clients, for the users.
Hmm.
So having that thinking in mind that the end user will be using it, I have to design everything according to that.
Hmm.
It's the there's another thing that I remembered. Whenever you have done anything, just settle for a moment, keep 5 minutes and think what they will think about this. So this is what I have learned. And the mentor question that I've asked
Hmm.
when I've started, Manish sir was there. My brother was also there, with whom I have asked money.
Mhm.
He was also there. And after a certain point, I met many other people. And currently, to whom I'm following, they are working with big giants of the industry, not in the India, overseas, but the world.
Mhm.
So this is I am following from a long time. I want to reach a level where none of my friends or anyone has reached.
Mhm.
I want to make sure my family is proud. Like my brother is now in US. We never thought in our family someone will be going to US and pursue his dream. Like uh, in our family, uh, there will be a time where he will be getting an offer from Harvard University.
Mhm.
So it's huge for us. And I think these are the milestones or achievements that we are having, small achievements.
Hmm.
Yeah. And we never thought that my brother will be selected for Berklee College of Music. So it's a huge thing.
Hmm.
Yeah. And we should enjoy small things.
Yes.
We should have big targets, but at the same time, enjoy small things.
Hmm.
Okay. So this is what I can say. And all of this can be related to the discovery.
Nice. Discover yourself.
Yeah, discover yourself, and there are many things which is yet to be discovered.
Hmm. Never ending discovery.
Yeah, never ending discovery. Like you said, you want to be known by your company. It's the same thing with me also. But my mom always say that you should be known. So I'm working on that part also. Like people should know who is Ankit Dhadwal. Yeah, this thing.
It happens to me like when I call someone regarding some projects. I always like introduce myself. I'm Saurabh from Radio Hills. Even though they say Saurabh bhai, we know you, but why every time you say this? But just to make them aware about Radio Hills, I always say I'm Saurabh from Radio Hills.
I will not leave a chance where I will not introduce Mountwood Studio. Anywhere, anytime. Even if someone will call me at 1:30 at night, I will say I'm ready for work. Just do it. Even I have submitted projects at 5:30 a.m. And it was very quick. It was like pushing movement, like we can keep this or not. I told my team members I want this anyhow. आप रात को जागो, दिन में जागो, you have to do it. And we did that.
We have to do it. We are on our like this phase where we cannot afford losing any of the project. So we need to like give our time, because all we have is our time.
Yeah.
And time is the biggest expense.
Expenses and the biggest teacher.
Yes.
Yeah.
Time is very important.
Yeah. Very.
Invest it very well.
And it's not like that if you have failed any time, you will not stand up again. You have to stand up. And then only you will become a better version of yourself. And then rise again and then fail. Failure is a part of life. You can't progress until you fail.
Yes.
So, is there anything? Yeah. Any other question that I can help you with?
That was it, and I enjoyed it. And thank you so much for sharing my story. And thank you so much for teaching me a lot.
Yeah, this is the initiative that we are starting with Mountwood Studio podcast. I want people to hear to those stories and get to know those people who are doing something great. Creative community, designers, and we struggle a lot. Creative community struggle a lot with the marketing. How to market yourself. There will be a designer who is a very good in designing logo designs and other related stuff. He will be a very good artist. He will be a very good graphic designer, but they don't know how to market themselves. Like, I'm an engineer. Okay, I have learned this field. By heart, I am a creative person. I have learned how to make a sale, how to manage things. No one has taught me. No one was there with me or standing behind me. Whatever I have learned with this journey only. Like, I have learned digital marketing also. So how that was started, in 2010, one of my seniors introduced me to WordPress, how to make a website. So I thought this will be very useful in my resume. So I started with that. When I got introduced to WordPress, I was introduced to blogging. So if you are into blogging, you know how to write, how to express what you are feeling, and how you can directly connect with people through writing. Okay, so it's more advantage to you. So blogging was introduced. If you are introduced to blogging, you are directly becoming a digital marketer, because there are technical things which involved in that. There are keywords, SEO, what is PPC, these are the things. And same I will be introducing in my new website that we are launching.
Great, all the best for that.
Thanks. Yeah, and Saurabh, how people can connect with you?
Like they can connect over Radio Hills through Instagram, through Facebook, and by downloading our app from Google Play Store. They will have all the links from the app. So just search the Radio Hills, you will find us.
Yeah. And I also give the description, the comment, the link in the description section. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
And I think we should end this so that we can definitely connect back again and see what are the new
changes.
things yet, new journey or new things that you're doing.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And it was lovely talking to you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, same here. And I have also learned many things from you. And I will definitely take this with me and keep things with me forever.
Thank you.
Yeah, so don't forget to subscribe, follow us on every platform. Our Studio is available on Facebook, Instagram, Dribble, Behance, as well as our podcast is available on Apple Music, Spotify, Stitcher, any platform that you can think of, we'll be there. So thanks for listening to our show. This was Ankit Dhadwal, your host for today.